Welcome back to the Citystead. Alright, so remember the other day we were talking about our garden bed over here. I'm kind of trying to figure out how to lay it out. So if I put a nice 8-foot garden bed right there, and then you can see here, I kind of laying out my little Maggie Dome greenhouse I'm going to build. I was going to try to build a large one, like 8-foot boards, but it looks like that's not going to work in this spot. 6-foot boards. Yeah, you're pretty strong there, bud. So it looks like we're going to do a 6-foot little greenhouse right here, which should still be a decent size. Just trying to figure out where my door will be. I got a couple spots. I can go right here, or I can go right over here. I'm probably just going to build a couple beds, and I'm thinking my new little purchase might go in the very center of this and work as a little anchor for this whole little greenhouse setup. Now, I'm probably not going to get a whole lot of that done today or this weekend in general because, well, it is summertime in Michigan, and you know what that means. Festival time. Alright, let me hear excitement for the fair.
Yay! I'm sweating, but it's probably going to be worth it.
Mild excitement because it's hot as all get out.
I've been trying to do right. I've been living a lonely life. I've been sleeping here instead. I've been sleeping in my bed. Sleeping in my bed.
Are you gonna drive a car?
I think you're number 3 out.
So strong and family. Oh, nothing on me. I don't know where I belong. I don't know where I went wrong. I belong with you. You belong with me. You're my sweet heart. I belong with you. You belong with me. You're my sweet.
You guys made it.
I don't think you're right with him. Think of what it might have been. Took the bus to Chinatown. I'm standing on Canal and Bowery. Yeah, she be standing next to me. I belong with you, you belong with me. You're my sweetheart. I belong with you, you belong with me, you're my sweetheart. Your love now. Let's go. Oh, so
I'm the cheapest haircuts ever.
we're bleeding
Is that a bracelet?
now. I belong with you, you belong with me, you're my sweetheart. I belong with you, you belong with me, you're my sweetheart.
Fun? Well, we ended up having quite a fun time at the fair. Probably spent a little bit more money than we should have, but we haven't been in a couple years because everything's been shut down, obviously. So, yeah, splurged a little bit. First festival, especially for the little guy. Where's he at? Over there. He's in the front doing something with a garden hoe. But it was his first one that he actually got to go to and like ride rides and stuff. So, you know, we had to make it fun and extra special. But now we're back in the garden. We got to take care of all this stuff. Oh, like I said, I'm trying to work on that bed in the back there. We got a lot of stuff to harvest around here. We've been working on that, trying to use everything. We're making a lot of good meals out of the garden, which is just great. And now I'm kind of trying to do that fall garden stuff. So I ended up planting a whole bunch of seeds. I've been starting them downstairs. I'm getting them up to seed so that when it comes time, I can put them out here. It'll probably be like this week or next week to try to get them here and established for fall. We're talking all our, you know, kales and Brussels sprouts and broccoli, that kind of stuff. They are still absolutely loving these Power Wheels. I did the whole dad thing and I souped them up to 18-volt batteries. So, you know, they can really haul some dirt right now. All right, we gotta go grab some cardboard because if you're gonna build a raised bed in your garden, like so, it's a good thing to start with a base like the cardboard. It will be a weed block and it'll also feed that soil and it attracts those worms. They always come up, they look for that cardboard and they eat it away. And I also am gonna leave all the wood chips I got down in there, so I'll have a really thick layer hopefully to stop all the weeds from coming. I'm gonna prep this bed right now and I think possibly I'll plant some radishes in here, because I do have enough time in our season still to get some radishes, and it'll help build that soil, just break it down a little bit and get it going. All right, time for soil. Let's go get it. All right, so now we got our base down, our cardboard, and a little bit of this new stuff I found. It's Miracle-Gro, which I know is not kosher with a lot of people, but they have this organic line of products and I've been liking it a lot. I used a little bit of it for some other raised beds. I topped a couple of beds off, and it's really made with a lot of really good rich material, and it's got worm composting in it, so it's got a lot of really good stuff in it. I know it's still Miracle-Gro. It's, you know, people are hard to, you know, support them, but it's what I gotta get my hands on, so I had to do what I had to do, you know what I mean? If you're wondering why I'm not using any of my compost, that would be because my compost decided to grow some super awesome looking tomatoes. They're a little bit wild and crazy right now, but it's a really healthy, good looking tomato plant, so I was like, well, I don't want to tear it out, I don't want to disturb it with fruit on there, so I had to get bag stuff. You know, I couldn't use all the compost I got here, and the other two compost bins I have are actually kind of mixing right now. They're not all the way ready, so unfortunately we had to buy some soil. Oh, I gotta pull some of this kale stuff out. I noticed the other day that, can you see up in there? That's what I noticed the other day. All sorts of aphids crawling all over it, and I was like, oh shoot, I gotta get those out of that greenhouse before they got into all my other stuff. Still got some tomatoes, still got some basil, and I still got a big old squash plant in there that I don't want to lose yet. So, and I also got to make sure I don't get aphids in there over the winter, because I am going to be trying to grow stuff in there. I have all the stuff downstairs starting right now, some more kale, some more Swiss chard, and things I'm going to try to grow in that greenhouse over the winter. A couple of different colder weather squashes, and like I said, I just gotta make sure I get rid of this stuff, so I'm gonna throw it way in the back for now, and then we're gonna dispose of that at the beginning of the month, because we have yard cleanup first week of the month. So we'll take a bunch of bags of stuff and stick it out on the curb. That's the one good thing about the city, is that I can stuff all those in a bag and ship them out of here. One thing I want to mention about those cardboard boxes, a lot of those came from Amazon. And I remember posting a video about it. I had a bunch of Amazon boxes before, and I talked about how they're good to put out in your garden. They break down. Everything's made of natural materials. The ink on it is soy based, so it's, you know, organic. Even the glue is like a cornstarch glue that they use. Like, it's a very organic box. They even use paper tape. And I was like pretty surprised, because I got a lot of feedback from people saying like, you know, oh, you can't do that, I wouldn't do that. And then the weirdest one actually had me chuckle a little bit. Somebody actually commented and told me that they had never shopped at Amazon, which could be 100% true. But I was like, you know, if you are on YouTube and commenting on YouTube, chances are, you know, you're in the realm of technology and modern convenience and stuff, because that's what YouTube really is in the long run of it all, right? And I don't know a single person in my life who has not bought from Amazon. They are literally the world's largest shopping period. How could you have not used Amazon? I'm like, I don't know if I really buy that or not, but if you want to tell me you've never shopped at Amazon, I guess you can tell me that all you want. I gotta get the wide angle camera so you guys can see, but I dug all that stuff out. Look how crazy this one squash plant got in here. It's like all the way to the back, climbing up. Even these cherry tomatoes got pretty massive and crazy in here. And I honestly was not expecting anything like this, because I don't water in here all season. So it's like the driest spot, which the weirdest part is, like, these squash look probably the healthiest. And that tomato is probably one of the bigger ones that we have of all our tomatoes. inside the greenhouse all summer long, boiling hot and barely ever getting watered. And somehow these plants still look amazing. So I'm like feeling bad because like this squash plant right here was the Desi squash, and I thought it was going to be much smaller because all the other Desi squash I grew were like smaller bush type squash, but this one just, it got absolutely nuts. Well, as we're watching the garden start dwindling down, we got to start turning things over so that we can get some of those fall crops I got going in the basement out here. Got a lot of good stuff going on, so hopefully we have a decent fall garden. I've never had like a really good fall garden. I've had a few things last pretty far, but not like a ton. All right. This kid would drive this car non-stop if I let him. Here he comes. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Remember to be bold and grow bold, and as always, see you guys in that very next video. Peace. I'm out.